Hello. Hello. Hey guys, I want to talk about my sex and love addiction, my Slaa program, which has got me to a very free point in my life. I'm not ecstatic and extremely like over the moon with my life the way it's turned out, but I'm left with what I'm left with, and you know what, if I had kept going the way I was, I wouldn't even be alive now, so I just want to share it all with you, how I did it. It's not easy, but I'm telling you, it's so worth it. I want to talk about, I don't know if any of you identify with this, but with my addictive partner that I had last time that I'm not with now, I was thinking about it the other day, how I was really addicted to the pain, like seriously, not even joking. People say, oh, why would women stay with guys that bash them and treat them like shit and all that? That's just so fucking weak and piece of shit women and all that. Like, you know what? I really get that, because I did it. I stayed with mine and I was addicted to him abusing me because I was getting attention. I was feeling something. I loved it when he'd ring me desperate again after a couple of months of us breaking up. Like, I loved that feeling of he'd ring me like, oh my god, he loves me so much and wants me, and oh my god, like I loved that because I wanted attention, and like I got so much attention off him in the beginning of our relationship, and it was absolutely too good. And I said to myself, in the beginning, I said, this is too good, and I know this is fucking not gonna work out. Like, I knew it, but I just loved it in the beginning. It was so fucking great. And then he started turning on me and stuff, and like I said in the other video, he killed my bird, and then like he threw me cat against the wall, and like I love my cat, like she's a Persian and she's gorgeous, and I was like, I never was going to be with anyone that abused animals either, yet I was with him and I was staying with him, and we'd break up, get back together, break up, get back together, break up, get back together. It was an addictive pattern, and I did want to get rid of him, but then I didn't. So it was like there was two of me, and there was always a fight, and the one that won all the time was the one that kept going back to him for a while until the end. And I was sort of dabbling in the end the last probably about 2 years ago or something, roughly. I actually was coming back from Sydney on the train, and I rang him, and I'd ring him sometimes and it used to hurt me. Like, he wouldn't answer his phone, and then he'd answer it sometimes and then go, oh, like he'd always be vague when I spoke to him too. Like, I always felt the whole time that I was with him that he was always up to something, and I thought that I was just paranoid in that, but like I really think he was all the time. He was just really deceitful type of nature, and he wasn't a real talker either, and like it was so hard to get anything out of him. But this one time that made me realise that I'm either going to kill him or kill myself is that I come back from Sydney and I rang him, and he said, I said, oh, what are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm in my car, like I'm downloading a video on my USB. But he was in his car, so those two things didn't make sense for a start, and I felt straight away he's fucking lying. And he's in his car, I don't even know where he was. How would I know? So anyway, I got home and I drove past his house just before I got home, and his car was not there, and he said he was at home that night. Like, he said he wasn't going anywhere, and he'd been telling me that he wasn't going to go back to his drug dealer's house, which was his mate that he grew up with when he was a kid. And anyway, he promised me that he wouldn't. He kept telling me that, and I believed him. I kept fucking believing him. And so yeah, and I fucking lost my mind, didn't I? And I went into this mental state, and I fucking drove to his drug dealer's house, and I saw his car there, and you know what I did? I fucking lost it. I was bipping the horn about 20 times. I was off my head. I was going to kill someone. I was fucking raging, and I felt like I went into some blackout that I could not control myself, and I didn't care. And he comes out and he's all dressed up, right? He's all fucking dressed up, and I could not believe it. And then I I said, get in the fucking car now. And all his mates were like watching and everyone was watching. And I was swerving the car around and fucking screeching tyres, and then like, he got in. You know what I did? I fucking floored it, and I smashed my car into the side of his car, and I fucking totaled it. I totaled his car, and you know what? He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I could have killed him. At the time, I was mental. I'm telling you, the mental state I went in was dangerous. I came to a realization after that I nearly killed him or myself, or fucking like, I could have been in jail. Anything could happen. Like, and he was calling me a cunt, and he was going off his head at me and saying, you're a fucking cunt and all this shit. And I'm like, you're a fucking arsehole lying to me. You fucking lied to me. Said you were never going to go there anymore. Like, and he had no sorry. He had no remorse for what he did. He had nothing. And I felt like this is all, what I just did then was all those years of him abusing me. I felt like it was all compacted into that moment that I took it out on his car. And he loved that car. He really loved it. And the funny thing was, he was going to get it registered the next day. It was so funny. It was fucking totaled. It was a write-off. But anyway, I was really happy about doing it, but at the same time I wasn't really. And I felt so desperate, like after that I was like begging him, please, I'm so sorry, and like crying, and fucking, it was pathetic. And that's the state I would get in, a pathetic state of begging him to take me back, to love me, to, you know. It's practically begging him to love me, guys. Like, come on. So anyway, I just wanted to tell that story, and just like, I could have stabbed him too, or, you know, we had punch-ups and things like that, and it was always domestic violence. He was hitting me, and then I started hitting him back, and I wasn't like that before, but yeah, you know, I did have a rage inside because I hadn't dealt with my marriage that I had before that as well, and I was acting out and prostituting, and yeah, I had a lot going on, and I'm really glad that that happened now, because it really helped me get out of it. So for 4 months after that, we didn't see each other, and then he turns up at the door showing me his new car a couple of months later, and about 4 months later, and I couldn't believe it, because his mother and him made me get him insurance, like for the car or whatever, and so he could get a new car, and he got $3,000 and bought a new car out of it. And then he turns up showing me the new car months later, like all happy, and fucking, I couldn't believe it. And I was nice to him and all that, and then it was fucking on again for a couple more days after that. It was always like that, guys. I'm so glad it's over. Please God, don't let me go through that again. Anyway, peace to you guys, and I feel really dizzy now after saying that, because I feel like I really go back there when I talk about it, but it's to help you, so that's alright. And I don't want to be with him anymore, and I realise that now, so I love myself too much, and I do let go of him with love, but it's, you know what, guys, if it's too crazy, get out of it, because it's gonna fucking end badly. Please take it from me. It's not love if they treat you like shit. It's not fucking love, guys. Okay, peace. I'll do another video soon. Bye.